How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of mystery beer up in this piece, courtesy of my boy Dave from New Jersey. Yeah, he sent me off, didn't even send me off, dropped off. He's from outside of my area, but he was actually working in my area, and he said, hey man, would love to drop you off some beers. He ended up being like hyper close to where I was, so I kind of did a little social distance handoff, gave me a few beers, a little bit of homebrew, a little bit of commercial, and some mystery beers. Thank you very much, brother. We're going to dive into this sucker, see what we can get out of this. So we're kind of thinking it might be a little hazy. Maybe. Crazy awesome duct tape wrapping. Love it. What is that? Is that a hazy? Of course. But I don't think it's super turbid haze. Or super big ABV haze. I mean, obviously it's not super turbid. I get a decent amount of light through this sucker. It has me thinking pale ale vibes to it, from a distance at least. Index finger, super tight compact bubbles throughout. Just off white head. Nice soft haziness that, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's a hazy beer, but it's not like the super stick a spoon in it, stick straight up kind of haze going on. So, anyway. Let's get a nose. I think I've had this beer before. This is orange juicy vibes. Man, this reminds me of something. So what is this? Oh, I could guess this one. I'm not gonna. It's so hard. This smells really good. Orange vibes. A little bit of pineapple going on, but very much orange. Like fresh squeezed kind of orange juice. Yeah, I mean, it's just big, rich. I like this. I like this nose. Just big, rich OJ vibes. A little bit of pithiness in there. Nice little dollop of a little bit of grapefruit. Nice little dollop. A little bit of pineapple. All that citrus fruit leaning. I just gotta take a sip. Let's dive in. Cheers. It's sweet though. It is sweet. It's not like crazy over the top sweet. Like to the point where it's like, I can't drink this beer. But I was kind of expecting a little bit of soft dryness on this. I was kind of mentally preparing myself for more pale ale. But this is definitely somebody's IPA. Probably the ABV in this is probably going to be closer to 7. Even though it drinks more like 6 because it just didn't finish all the way. By that I mean it actually is 6 instead of 7. I don't know who made this. For some reason, probably going to be wrong. And I think I'm almost 100% wrong because I think these come in 12-ounce cans, not 16. I'm getting Tonewood Fuego vibes off of this thing. Who else makes beer like this? Wet Ticket. This is like a kind of wet tickety. I mean, it's not like, out of the beers he gave me a Jersey beer. The ones that I can actually see, besides the homebrew, was Sam Adams, Cape May, Founders, and what's that? Southern Tier. So there's only one Jersey brewery in there, so it's not like it's going to have to be a Jersey beer. But I will also say this, is that more often than not, when somebody does a mix of mystery beers with commercial beers, typically the beers they're most excited about, which would be boutique beers, which more likely be locally kind of beers, they're going to do those in mysteries because they want to, it's just a funner game to play that way. But I'm going to stop hyper-focusing on trying to guess the brewery and the beer and just talk about what I'm drinking. I'm drinking a 7.5% under-attenuated, so it's more like 6 and change, but it's going to say 7 and change on a label. Somebody's IPA, Core 4, done. Like I said, I don't know why I have Wet Ticket to Ride, or even that Toadwood Fuego in my brain. Those are the kind of vibes I'm getting off of the beer. If this finished a little bit better or was a little less sweet, I would probably be much happier with the beer, but I don't mind it at all. What else? I like it, I do. I mean, it's just a little bit sweet for me. Just a little bit. So we have, okay, last wave. from a Last Wave Impact Zone. So these guys, I did a podcast with these guys. I still have not posted. It was an audio nightmare that I just haven't had time to fix, and I kind of wanted to save it, even though I shouldn't wait that long. I kind of feel bad. I went down and interviewed these guys for the podcast. It is DDH Impact Zone, 7.8%. Like I said, this beer is definitely more in the low 6 range. It's New England style IPA. Welcome to Impact Zone. Strata, Cashmere, and Citra. Yeah, like I said, it had some kind of local vibes for me. I got the juicy tropical citrus thing on it. It was just a little bit sweet for me. And like I said, I would bet no, I'm not going to tell you every dime in my pocket. For some reason, I have like $500 in my pocket right now. I never have money on me. I sold something. So I won't bet every dime I have in my pocket. But I would be willing to bet if you were to lab test this would be closer to 6 than it is 7, 8. I'm just saying. But ton of words, fun and tasty stuff. Thank you very much, brother. It's very cool. I like Last Wave. I love the dudes. They're an awesome interview. I've enjoyed all the beers I've had from these guys. It's COVID time, so we're starting to get a lot of these beers distributed out by me, and it's kind of fun. I dig this. And like I said, and if this sweetness was a little bit lower, it'd be absolutely fantastic, because that nose was bonkers good. And it drinks with that big impact of that citrus on it. It's just that sweetness is just a little bit too bold for me. So there you go. Thank you very much, homie, for dropping these off. Is it one of the better double IPAs that I've had, or IPAs I've had as of late? It's still in the conversation, just not towards the top because of that extra sweetness. Value and availability, I mean, you're talking about an extra hopped hazy, 7.8%. These are probably $16, $18 around me. And store, obviously. And leave you with, if you like what we like this, if you like your New England style hazies on the sweeter side, this is for you. So you don't really get much as far as bittering. It's all the juicy parts belong to us, but leaning heavily in the citrus realm with not really much bittering, sans a little bit of soft pithiness. So if you like that in a beer, you'll love this. There you go. Review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers. If you want to check me out in the social media stuff, Beer Massif. If you want to check me out in the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of mystery beers right now. We'll see you next time. Cheers.